The internet has officially erupted, and trust me, it's a storm that's only going to get bigger. Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into a lawsuit that has the entire hip-hop and Hollywood world gasping for air. Jay-Z, the mogul who once ruled the rap game and built his empire brick by brick, is now at the center of a bombshell lawsuit. And guess who's tangled in the middle of this mess? None other than Beyoncé and Blue Ivy. That's right, people. It's about to get real. This lawsuit, filed in October 2023, is already shaking the music industry to its core. While the suit initially targeted Diddy, it has now evolved, and Jay-Z has been pulled in. Allegations against Diddy are nothing short of shocking, but the real kicker is Jay-Z's involvement. And if you think this is just another tabloid rumor, think again. This case is serious, and the legal documents are speaking volumes. So, let's rewind for a second. The case was filed by attorney Tony Busby, who is known for representing clients in high-profile cases. Busby has made some pretty bold claims that have sent shockwaves through the celebrity world. According to his statements, he's representing over 120 victims who have come forward with allegations of abuse that took place at Diddy's infamous parties. Among these victims are both men and women, with some of the most disturbing claims involving minors. It's a nightmare scenario that's impossible to ignore. And now, Jay-Z's name is tied to it all. The lawsuit accuses both Diddy and Jay-Z of being complicit in some of the worst acts imaginable. According to the filings, Jay-Z was allegedly present during many of these incidents, and the complaint suggests that the rapper-turned-business mogul may have even been involved in a conspiracy to cover up these actions. But the most disturbing part? The lawsuit specifically names Jay-Z for allegedly being part of a horrifying incident at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party. Picture this. A young woman, who is identified only as Jane Doe, goes to the VMAs, hoping for a shot at the glamorous life. But instead of meeting stars or making connections, she's driven to a private party where things take a dark turn. This is where the story gets wild. According to the lawsuit, Diddy and Jay-Z were not just partygoers. They were allegedly the ones who caused Jane Doe's nightmare. Jane claims she was drugged, assaulted, and held against her will by both men. And the horror doesn't stop there. She even says a famous female celebrity was watching too. And if that's not enough to make your stomach churn, there's more. The lawsuit details how Jane felt utterly isolated during the ordeal, as no one at the party stepped in to help her. Now, let's talk about how Beyoncé and Blue Ivy are caught up in all this mess. It's not just about Jay-Z and his legal battles anymore. We've seen Beyoncé navigate her way through scandals before, but this time, it's different. Her husband's name is front and center in a lawsuit that could shake the very foundation of their carefully curated public image. And let's not forget their daughter, Blue Ivy, who's starting to make waves in her own right. As if the lawsuit wasn't enough to deal with, Beyoncé and Blue Ivy are also dealing with the pressures of their own careers. Blue Ivy, who's been making headlines with her talent and undeniable star power, is about to step into the spotlight even more with her role in the upcoming The Lion King prequel, where she plays a young Nala. Meanwhile, Beyoncé is gearing up for the biggest stage of all, the Super Bowl halftime show. Talk about high stakes. While Jay-Z is facing legal drama, his wife and daughter are navigating their own high-profile projects. It's a lot to juggle, and they're facing more pressure than ever before. But let's get back to Jay-Z, shall we? The man who once told us he's not a businessman, I'm a businessman, is now fighting a legal battle that could unravel everything he's built. The lawsuit paints a picture of Jay-Z as a man who knew what was going on and chose to turn a blind eye. According to Tony Busby, Jay-Z was aware of the abuse and may have even helped cover it up, maintaining his high-profile friendships at all costs. Jay-Z has responded publicly, of course. In a statement addressing the lawsuit, he vehemently denies the accusations, calling them heinous, and dismissing the lawyer, Tony Busby, as nothing more than an ambulance chaser. He goes on to say that if such a crime had been committed, It should have been filed as a criminal case, not a civil one. But here's the twist. Jay-Z also claims his heart breaks for his family, particularly his wife, Beyoncé, and their children. He says he's worried about how this scandal might affect them, especially Blue Ivy, who's old enough to hear the rumors swirling around her family. But hold up, Jay-Z didn't just stop at defending himself. He threw a serious jab at Busby, calling him out for attempting to profit from the situation. The rapper made it clear that he's not about to settle quietly or let this go away. He's ready to fight. And his fight isn't just against the accuser, it's against anyone who thinks they can exploit his name for a quick buck. Talk about a power move. Despite Jay-Z's strong defense, the drama is far from over. Tony Busby, not one to back down easily, responded swiftly, calling Jay-Z's public comments ludicrous and accusing him of hiding behind his celebrity status. According to Busby, the case is about much more than just one incident. It's about holding powerful people accountable for the harm they've caused and ensuring that victims' voices are heard. And with more victims potentially coming forward, this is far from the last we'll hear about this case. So what does all of this mean for Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, and the Carters as a whole? Well, we can't forget that this lawsuit is just the tip of the iceberg. While Beyoncé has managed to keep her brand largely untarnished, it's hard to ignore the shadows that have been cast over her family. Will she continue to stand by Jay-Z, or will this scandal be the one that causes a rift too deep to heal? And how does Blue Ivy fit into all of this? As a young star on the rise, she's not immune to the pressures of being part of the Carter family dynasty. The spotlight is on her, whether she likes it or not. We all know Beyoncé is the queen of controlling her narrative, but this time, it might not be as easy as it seems. With Jay-Z in legal hot water, the Carters are facing one of their biggest challenges yet. The world is watching, and everyone's waiting to see how they'll respond. Will Beyoncé come to Jay-Z's defense, or will this scandal change the course of their careers forever? It's clear that Jay-Z is not going down without a fight, but the question remains, can Beyoncé and Blue Ivy withstand the storm that's headed their way? And what about Diddy? How will he respond to these allegations now that Jay-Z has been drawn into the mix? The drama is just heating up, and we've only scratched the surface. Now, we want to know, what do you think? Will Beyoncé stand by Jay-Z during this lawsuit, or is this the beginning of the end for the Carters? Is Jay-Z innocent, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe for all the latest celebrity gossip, because if you want to stay on top of the drama, you know where to be.